Good morning. Okay, so we're going to move on with our percents chapter. And this time, the specific purpose of solving percents is to find a discount or a markup. So when we're talking about shopping and money, sometimes something will be discounted. So if you go to Old Navy and there's a sign on the door that says everything is 25% off. If it was originally $30, how do you figure out how much it would cost? Or if something has been marked up. So if you are a salesperson or you own your own company, you're going to mark up your items so that you can make a profit. All right, first of all, we are going to fill in a discount is a decrease in the original price of an item. So try these. We're going to find the sale price. Now, sometimes you will be asked to find the amount of the discount. Sometimes you'll be asked to find the sale price. So you have to read the question very carefully. All right, here's what we know. The original price of a pair of shorts is $35. The shorts are 25% off. I'm going to teach you two methods to find the answer. You can decide which method you prefer and use that one. So the task is to find the sale price. So what is 25% off of 35 and then subtract? So first of all, I'm going to write 25% as a decimal. So 25% is 25 hundredths. Of means to multiply, and the original price of the shoes was $35. So now I'm going to go to my calculator and multiply 25 hundredths times 35, and my calculator says 8.75. In this problem, that would mean $8.75. This is the discount. That's not the sale price. To find the sale price, you're going to take the original price of your shoes and you're going to subtract the discount of $8.75. If you solve that on your calculator, it says $26.25. That would be your final answer. The sale price of the shoes are now $26.25. Okay, I'm going to choose a different color so we can differentiate between the two methods. Method number 2 is if the shoes are 25% off, that means that you're paying 75% of the cost. So there is a method to do this in one step. If you're going to pay 75% of the cost of times 35, if you go to your calculator and multiply 0.75 times 35, it takes you immediately to the final answer, $26.25. Method 1, find the discount, subtract the discount from the original price. Method 2, find the percent that you're paying and multiply that times the original price. All right, let's try this one. The original price of a skateboard is $50. It is on sale for a 20% discount. So remember, method 1, you're going to convert the 20% to a decimal, which is 2/10. So what is 20% of $50? If we do that on our calculator, it says $10. So then we're going to take the original price of the skateboard. It was $50. Now they're going to take $10 off. So the sale price of the skateboard is $40. Method 2, if the skateboard is 20% off, you're paying 80% of the cost. So method 2, what is 80% of $50? If you multiply 0.8 times 50 on your calculator, it's going to tell you 40. So method 1, find the discount and subtract it from the price. Method 2, calculate the cost that you are paying. How does this change things? A pair of shoes that is 40% off is now selling for $33. Find the original price. Say, what? A pair of shoes that is 40% off is now selling for $33. Find the original price. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of write down here what I'm thinking mentally. If the shoes were 40% off, that means that you're paying 60% of the cost. So what I'm kind of thinking mentally is 60% of something is $33. That's just kind of a mental thought. 60% of something is $33. Well, how do we find a percent of a number? We can do a one-step equation. So 60% of a number, whoops, is 33. Now, going back to what we learned last week about how to find the percent of a number using an equation, we learned to immediately convert that percent to a decimal. We learned that of means times. We learned that a number is where your variable comes in. Is your equals is 33. So now we're going to divide both sides by 6/10. And N equals $55. So then over here, find the original price. The original price was $55. That would be your final answer. Okay, I'm going to kind of make that a little bit smaller. So that was all method 1. All right. Method 2. $33. 33 is 60% of something. So it's just kind of thinking the opposite of what I just thought before. 33 is 60% of something. So notice it's basically the same problem. We just flip the terms. So again, we would divide both sides by 6/10, and we would also get $55 equals N. All right, so we're going to move on to the opposite of a discount, which is a markup is the increase from what the store pays to the selling price. So let's say that you own a shoe store on the square in downtown Noblesville. And let's say that you purchase a pair of shoes from the manufacturer, from the factory that made the shoes. Let's say that you paid $12 for the shoes. Well, you're not going to sell them for $12 because you wouldn't make a profit. If you own your own store, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay your employees, you have to pay the light bill, you have to pay for a lot of stuff. Cleaning, somebody to come in and clean your store, et cetera, et cetera. So you have to make a profit so that you will be able to pay your bills and have a little bit of money left over for yourself. So when businesses sell you things, they paid less for the product than what they're charging you so that they can earn a profit. So that's called a markup. A store pays $75 for an aquarium, and the markup is 20%. So we're going to figure out how much they're going to charge you. So what I'm thinking is 20% of $75 equals 15. So if you go to your calculator and multiply 0.2 times 75, the answer is going to be 15. Well, if the store paid $75 and they've marked the price up by $15 so they can earn a profit, then they're going to charge you $90 for that aquarium. All right, method 2. You know you're paying 100% of the cost. you're going to pay at least the $75 that the store had to pay. And you're going to pay an additional 20%. So 120%, or 1 2/10 times 75 equals 90. That's the other way that you could solve it. A store buys a pair of Nike tennis shoes for $50. Oops, sorry. The markup is 60%. So first we're going to find the markup and add it to the cost. So the store is going to mark up the shoes 60% of what they paid $50 for. On your calculator, if you multiply 6/10 times 50, it says 30. So they're increasing the cost of the shoes by $30. Well, if they paid $50 for the shoes and they're going to charge you, mark up the shoes an additional 30, they're going to charge you $80 for that pair of shoes. So the markup was 30 and the total cost is going to be 80. Method 2, again, they're going to charge you at least 100% of what they paid, which was the $50, and they're marking it up 60%. So 160% of the cost is 1 6/10 times what they paid, $50. So on your calculator, if you multiply 1 6/10 times 50, it tells you 80. So again, you can choose which method you prefer and go with that one. Cost to the store is 75 cents. They have marked up their product by 800%. Method 1. So 800% of 75 cents. That's what I'm thinking in my head. How do I find 800%? Well, 800% is 8. Of means times 75 cents is $6. So they're going to charge you the 75 cents that they paid for the product plus an additional $6. So you're going to pay $6.75 for that product. So something I'm thinking about is like makeup. Tends to be, I think, marked up a lot. I'm also thinking of like a bakery, the crumble cookies that just opened in Fisher's. I am sure they're not spending $4 on baking every cookie with just a little bit of sugar and a little bit of flour and an egg. So they're marking up the cost of their cookies a lot so they can make a profit. Method 2. So you're going to pay 800% of the cost plus 100% of the cost. You're paying 900% of the cost of that item. So you could also do 9 times 75 hundredths, and that is $6.75. All right, so one other item that is marked up greatly, think about movie theater popcorn. Popcorn is super cheap to purchase. It maybe costs them 5 or 10 cents to make a bag, but they're charging you about $7 or $8 for a bag of popcorn. So a movie theater is an example that has a huge markup. All righty, that's it, folks.